Hi, welcome to the Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack. This is where we prove we are stronger together, that if each one would reach one, we will all grow and glow. And this is another month. Man, it's hard to believe this is the first Sunday of the month. And I'm super excited because we got a wonderful guest for you today. And we're getting ready to change the whole brand of the Iron Sharpening Iron, and I'm tossing between the universe and the network. So that's going to be a big hang up right now. So that's one of the things that I'm back and forth with. But I'm super excited about everything that has been happening. I thank each and every one of you who have been supportive, everyone who's become a member of the Iron Sharpening Iron or the Big Jack Storytime channel. And everything that we're doing, everything is for you. It's not about me, it's about the we. And we're all about the we. We're trying to make everyone grow and glow so that we can all grow and glow together. So I don't want to hold up. I know we're just kicking off. Don't even want to hold up. I want to get my man up here so we can kick this show off, because you don't want to miss who we got as a guest today. So let me bring my man on the stage and we can get started. Oh, my man.
My man. What's happening, Big Jack? How you doing, sir?
Oh, man, it's another beautiful day, bro. Another beautiful day.
All right.
Super excited. I really
am.
Yeah. It's very rare that you get this opportunity to. I mean, we do this twice a week, and we've been doing it for almost over a year now. And every time I get a new person up on the stage, I'm excited. I really am excited. So
that's good stuff, man. Yeah. You're doing a heck of a job getting guests, man. I know that's not easy. So yeah, I mean,
yes,
that's pretty cool, man. I mean, that's pretty cool. But and not just are you getting guests, but you're getting very informed guests, and that's big, man. No craziness, no just ridiculousness, and good information. So, hey, man, I salute you for that, because that's not easy.
No, I appreciate it.
That's not easy.
What I was thinking about, I know we just had a major hurricane go through. Want to make sure everybody out there, support and think about those in Jamaica and other areas that got hit real hard.
Yeah.
I know we're going through a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are in a bad shape right now. But at the same time, the motto itself, we are stronger together. So sometimes you might have to reach in your pockets and help somebody, because we all need help. And because of that, I want to make sure I put it out there now to have that spirit and that mindset of helping through the holidays. I know we got, we just finished Halloween, but now Thanksgiving is around the corner. Christmas is around the corner, and we want to get that spirit or that mind of giving and helping. So that's one of the big things that's been on my heart and my mind today. So just want to make sure I put it out.
It's funny, not funny that you mentioned that, but I'm in DC proper, as you know. So a lot of folks that are coming to my house for Thanksgiving anyway are laid off.
Oh, wow.
And I'm talking about living pretty good lives, had pretty good careers, have pretty good careers, but so hey, man, I'm all in on that. So I get it, man. It's and I just count my blessings, because you never know, before the grace of God, right? I mean, you never know what you're going to go through on a personal level. So yeah, man. So I'm all for that, man, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. So look, bro, and you're right, and it's unfortunate for them. We got a really good show today.
Yes, sir.
I got a wonderful guest we're going to bring up on the stage, and I'm going to do something new. I have never done this. I've never done this before. We have never given a guest a intro video.
Whoa, this guy is good.
Yeah, so he must be good. He must have something going on. We've never done that before.
My man. All right.
I hope it kicks off well. I'm trying to do some things today, playing around, but we're gonna kick this man off and get him up on our stage. So let me hit that intro, and he'll be up on the stage. You ready?
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Right, let's go. There he is. What's up? FishyBizz Aquatics. What's going on, my man?
Hey, yo, what's cracking? What's cracking? What's
Guy's
going on?
a celebrity already, man.
Right on, right on. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. I'm Big Jack Storytime. That's my man Walt Talks over here. And we're so glad to have you on our stage with us today. So
thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So we are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. And after this, and we're live on Twitch. And once this is all said and done, we will make cuts and put it on Instagram and TikTok. So I'm just letting you know, we're going to put you out there as much as we can. But I'm glad that you're here today. And as we get started, we're getting started. Can you please tell me a little bit about yourself and let's kick it off?
Well, so FishyBizz Aquatics just came up with the name just out of nowhere. I'm really Mr. Clark by day. I'm mild mannered. I'm not mild mannered at all. I really kick off into them kids' butts for real because I'm a high school teacher. So
wow.
Been a high school teacher for the last 15 years here in St. Louis, and if you heard anything about St. Louis, Missouri, it is it's kind of hear about. You know what I'm saying? So I started off when I was about 23, I believe, and the first high school I went into is one of the rougher high schools, about 95 students from 8th grade to 12th grade. So they all come from the same community. They all belong. You would all were family, like they were all cousins or something. Like they really treated that school like it was their own, and it really was. I feel like it was really kind of saving lives. So that's where I got my I guess I got my wings starting off. And if you're getting your wings started off and from scene lean on me, it's like East Side High. Like it's you got to keep your head on a swivel around there at Wellston High School, for those that remember that from the Lou. But yeah, so going from there, and I went to a couple of different schools, and I found myself at my old high school where I'm currently at right now. And I'm a science teacher. So I teach everything from earth science to astronomy to biology, physical science, and chemistry. So wherever there are a need for me to be at, that's what I can teach. And so that's where I'm double degreed up, math up, certified in biomedical sciences. And it was the only thing I was pretty much good at in high school. So I just kind of stuck with it and getting a scholarship in college, and it just went from there, and I landed teaching. Kind of really wanted to be a pediatrician, a big pay cut, but I'm still around kids and I'm still teaching. So I guess it kind of worked out from there.
Okay. Oh, no, that's awesome. I want to say thank you for being a teacher. I know that's a task in itself, and a lot of times people don't respect teachers, especially in your pay and even the work that you put in, because a lot of times we believe it's just a 9 to 5. I just go in at 9, get off at 5, but you're a teacher almost 24 hours a day. You're looking and thinking about what's going on with the kids, especially if someone's missing or they're eating, and all those different things that teachers concern themselves about. So again, thank you for your service. That a lot of time we don't look at you like a service person, or but at the same time it is a service, teaching our youth on being adults. And high school is a whole different beast in itself. So thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So what gave you that passion to go into teaching? I know you said you was good at science, but that don't make you a teacher. I know you said pediatrician, but what made teaching become that hobby?
So I ended up getting a scholarship into about 10 different HBCUs, and my dad actually ended up having a stroke around graduation time for me. And one of the HBCUs was here in St. Louis, Harrisville State University. And I ended up going there instead of going out of state to kind of help my mom and my little sister. Only my immediate family is here. My mom, my dad, and my little sister. All my people are from Shreveport, Louisiana. And my parents went to Grambling State University where they met. And then they came up to St. Louis, Missouri, and they both became educators. My dad taught social studies and my mom taught home economics.
Okay.
So kind of went from there. But going to Harris Stowe at the time, it was Harris Stowe State College, and it was strictly for teachers. So you would go into a content area, and then they would teach you all of how to teach children of the exceptional child and all of these different classes that you would go into teaching. Then you would do your student teaching and whatnot. And I got into the classroom, the students listened to me, they gravitated toward me, I built rapport with them, and they just kind of went from there. Got my degree and now I'm teaching.
No, that's cool. So having parents as teachers, did they have any influence on it as far as did they say you're going to teach? Like, you know
what? They really didn't push me that way, but coming from Shreveport, my parents were older, so they were back when my mom helped her mom, and help with the cotton and all of that jazz, and in the country and the sticks. And my dad grew up in Shreveport in the city, and so it was always. We were always brought up, me and my sister, to not excess over anything. We never really had, I grew up and my parents made me feel like we were like poor, but I looked in around the neighborhood and I'm like, how are we living? Like, this seems like an all right place. You know what I'm saying? But we never got like knew anything. It really was, they came from poverty and they were set themselves to never go back. So it was always taught us to save, always taught us to appreciate what we got, always taught us to, respect, everybody gets, you never want to burn bridges, and I've kind of governed my life on that, and it's kind of just aided me in where I've been going. So, and from there, it was, you can be whatever it is that you want to be, but you're definitely getting out of high school and you're definitely going to college. There was no, like nowadays, like these kids are like, I'm not going, and their parents probably didn't go, or they're not pushing it either, and they're just barely trying to, help them. It was, there's no option. There was no option of not going. So that's what it was. That's what it was. And I ended up playing basketball, and then I'm getting an academic scholarship to these different colleges, and it went from there.
No, that's good. No, that's good. I'm glad your parents gave you that push. My mom, she's in the chat right now, but she was like that. Like, you going to college? I'm like, and I wanted to go. I just didn't think I had to. Well, I know I played around in school, so I ain't had the grades to really go anywhere. So being able to be an athlete helped me a lot, because it took away some of those other requirements that I had to have to get into school. But I'm not trying to look in your background, but I'm there. I'm all in it right now. So fish tanks back then, you got the name FishyBizz Aquatics. So are you into the fish tank world? Is that one of the worlds you're coming from?
Right. So I used to keep fish. I remember begging my mom for a fish when I was like 8 years old. She got one for me. And I probably did what every 8-year-old would do, is you feed the fish too much. If fish ends up every couple of days, and you're like, oh man, we gotta go back to get another one. Like, why I'm keep giving you these fish and keep killing them? No, we're not going. So growing up and trying to figure out how to navigate and keep fish alive and stuff like that is where it kind of started. And plus, as a science teacher, really my forte is biology, because I just love nature. My dad used to take me into Louisiana, and we used to walk the country, and we used to listen to the animals, and we used to fish, and we used to hunt, and we used to do all of that type of stuff. So I really kind of just enjoyed animals. I watched National Geographics 24/7, and fish just kind of like it was something that you could have at the house. You could have a small tank, you could have a bigger tank, whatever you had room for, you could actually kind of keep it. You ask your mom for a puppy, you don't even take care of your own room. Like, what, are you gonna take care of a puppy now and lose it in this mess that you call a room? Like, but with a fish tank, it could be like a small one, and if you take care of it, maybe you could work yourself up to a puppy or something like this. So it was, and they're maintained, they're contained, and It's not like a snake or a lizard. You know, if it comes out of the cage, you ain't got to worry about it in the vents or coming and creeping up on you at night and, you know, in your ear while you sleep. Fish jump out of the tank, it's probably going to be right there. It's going to be dead. Like, you know, so it wasn't until when it came to like YouTube, it wasn't really until the pandemic where teachers really had to teach from home. And we would be Zooming our students, and, you know, whether the parents were, you know, there or not, you know, students were, you didn't know if they were there because they were, it was okay for them to cameras. And so now you're talking into a blank, you don't know what's going on, but we're just at home. So I had a tank at home, film it and put it on YouTube. And out of all people, Aquafunk found me out of nowhere and was like, hey, you want to be, you know, on my channel? Then I was like, all right, cool. So he was the first introduction I had into Fish 2. And I just started showcasing my fish tanks from there. And then he became a real big fan and started asking for my autograph and stuff after stuff got like really big and out of control. And I had to tell him, like, dude, you got to chill out, man. I'm just me. And so if he's listening, he probably won't coast. It's true because I'm telling you that.
Yeah. Definitely a shot. Definitely a shot.
I did see him in the chat, so I know Aquafunk was here, and I'm more impressed that you claimed that you knew Aquafunk.
Oh my God!
You know, earlier today I told him, well, he knew you was going to be on the show, and he mentioned that I needed to talk to you about your feet. He said you had something going on with your feet. So I said, you know, I threw it out there, so now he know that I did ask. But we're gonna leave it alone from there. So,
why do you listen? I don't do it. He doesn't talk well. He can't read the best, and you know, every day I try to help him out with. Everybody poops. I send him the book I email it to him. I don't know if he knows how to open it up the best either. He's kind of.
Oh man!
They put it up there on the screen. Say he got a corn and smell like cream corn. Okay, there we go.
Oh man!
So anyway, so we know that you know Aquafunk. Y'all both was on the stage for the Battle of the Sexes. So we know we've had you on the stage, but you are the fourth fish tank or in the fishing community that has been a guest on the show. Okay. I used to, and I know Walt talked to tell you about, but I used to have a tank when I was right out of my college years, going into the military and all that. But I had Oscars. So I had red Oscars. That was my fish of choice. And the big thing for me is I like to see them eat. So putting the feed of fish in and watching the Oscars go to work, it was just amazing to me. So, and because they will allow you to pet them, that was like the coolest thing. They'll come up to the top of the water and let you pet their shoulder and everything. So I had some really good. But then I got deployed and had to leave them with my now ex-wife, but my wife and kids. When I came back, the fish was gone. They said, well, they passed. I'm like, okay, and I was okay with that. And then one day I'm in the backyard. I'm looking, in the backyard of the house, and I see one of the Oscars. I'm like, they recently passed. They just passed. This shouldn't be still here in the yard. But, so I was a little bothered by that. But I never, I've done Oscars, but that was the only type of fish that I would ever, deal with. So, and I really wasn't good at it. I would keep the Oscars alive, but try anything else, I was having a hard time. So
it's funny that you mentioned Oscars because overly overstocked Oscars always gets on me, because I always say that Oscar, when it gets into its adult age, is one ugly fish. I always see them with the bug eyes, and then they look all droopy and slow. I was like, but everybody who's on the Oscar loves an Oscar. They want me to get an Oscar and say I'm gonna fall in love with it, and I don't want them. It's just when it gets old, I'm gonna have to give it to somebody because it looks terrible when they're old.
Wow.
Well, look, I see that overly, and he's out of your channel, so he's in your community. But overstocked Oscars, I'm an Oscar fan. Red Oscars, I even had the albino Oscars. So I've had them both. And when I first started, I put the Oscars in the tank with the piranhas, and they grew together. They didn't have a problem with each other. Nothing else could get in that tank, but those two, they grew together. So that's pretty cool. So welcome all. So in the high school, I've you sent us in your info, and also I'm looking at it. So you're not just a teacher, but you're also a coach. Are you a coach in school as well? So can you tell us a little bit about coaching?
Yeah. So I played all my life. I've played volleyball, but I ended up coaching high school volleyball before I left my last high school for a couple of years, and almost was undefeated. We lost a very last, and I really blame myself because I changed the lineup thinking that we were just gonna blow them out and end up losing it, and we would have undefeated team. So I'm like, man, I guess I can probably coach volleyball, and it was girls volleyball, but I've coached boys basketball in high school. So when I got to my the high school that I'm currently in, my old high school that I graduated from, I have a 4-year-old and I have an 8-year-old, and so me coaching at. Hold on one second. It's the children that I was just talking about.
That was their cue.
What?
Mom said I could ask you if you can go get IHOP tomorrow for breakfast.
Ask me tomorrow for breakfast. I'm busy right now.
Okay. Daddy, sorry.
Hey, come here, both of you guys.
Here we go.
You need to
I'm in a very important interview here. These are the two that I was just talking about. This is Tristan.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Tristan.
Oh, boy.
Tristan.
And this is Cameron.
Hey, Cameron.
All right.
How y'all doing?
Right on cue. Right on cue.
All right. So this is 4, and this is 8.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good seeing y'all.
We could probably do IHOP. You got some birthday money that we could use, or? Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
We're not gonna use our money, Pop. You got all the money.
I'm a teacher, and I've got 6 kids. Me and my wife, and $100 bill in 8 years.
Man, all I'm saying is 4 and 8. Man, I'm just sitting there. I'm just amazed at that. And then you have to go teach school. I'm like, wow.
It's
now. Did I hear you say 6 kids?
I do. Between me and my wife came into this marriage with 2. I came in with my 2 older ones, my son and my daughter, and then we made those 2. So
okay, all right. Congratulations. That's a Brady bunch right there, all the way.
It's a lot, and honestly, my 4-year-old actually was a twin, but our daughter passed in NICU 3 months coming out. So would have been our little 7th. So yeah, but it's because of those that I actually end up coaching the girls basketball and volleyball at the middle school. High school, as you know, is high school sports. You're playing maybe 15 to 20 games. You have daily after school. You may have Saturday tournaments and stuff like that. And I just couldn't do that. So when at the middle school, they needed a coach there, and I actually kind of applied to be assistant coach, but something happened with the head coach, and stuff like that happens in the school system like all the time sometimes. And they asked me to be the head coach, and I was like, well, what are the hours? I can really only kind of in the middle school is significantly less games, and you only play 2 days out of the week, and you only practice 2 days out of the week. And I've been doing that for the last 6 years since I've been in the district. So, yeah.
No, that's cool. That is cool. I mean, it takes a special person to coach. No different in teaching. Teaching is, they give you pretty much with a curriculum, and this is what we want you to work on. But when you start coaching, now that's a whole different set of attitudes, and now you're taking them and you're competing with other schools and other places, and so that's another level of not only keeping your cool on the sideline, keeping the kids cool on the sideline, dealing with a referee, dealing with another coach. It's a lot of patience and all those good things that you have to concern yourself with while you're doing your job. And it doesn't pay that much. See, that's what a lot of people think. They look at like college and pros where the coaches are making really a big bank, but middle school and high school coaches, if they give you anything, is not that much, really.
Well, I tell you what, it's like you said before when you were saying, You know, they talk about teachers and all that. We get all this different scrutiny, but we have to do different things in order to kind of like put more money in the pocket so we can, you know, continue to put food on the table. So me coaching girls volleyball and girls basketball back to back is something that, you know, I need to do to kind of keep stuff going. And yeah, you can get your raise every year, but that's starting off that salary. You just kind of, I'm like, oh man, like you just kind of like trying to make it happen. And for someone to deal with someone else's kids 24/7 in a classroom with other, and you might have 6, I have a class of 27 freshmen. And I'm like, I'm really getting too old for this now. When I was like 23, 24, my ADHD kicks right in with them. We're moving all around. But now it still kicks in like it used to. Now I really kind of am like, you know, I ought to just shut up, please. I can't. I don't want to hear it right now.
Wow.
And they have so many things going on, and you just wouldn't believe just some of the stuff these young people have going on in their lives. And those teachers that I don't know why I just am who I am. I sit there and listen. They have problems with their boyfriends, they have problems with their girlfriends. Some girls got problems with their girlfriends, and some guys have problems with their boyfriend. I'm just sitting here. I don't want to but you know, I try to give them the best advice as possible and send them on their way, because they have a lot that they're dealing with. And I just feel like when I was in high school, I'm an 80s baby, but I was in high school. I was 94 to 98, graduated in 98. And I don't remember talking to no teacher about no stuff like that.
No, they no, and I'm not 98. Matter of fact, I graduated in 89. So, and where you at, Walt
89, 81, baby, 81.
81, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's wild. So look, FishyBizz. I know you put it down that you believe it's not how they learn, but it's that they learn. Because you break that down for me. It's not how they learn, it's that they learn. So break that down for me.
So, for me, it is a lot of teachers have problems switching it up with the time. Right. With the newer the students get, the older you get, and right. If you do not work to where they want to listen to you, then you're never going to get them. Especially with these 2025 and even earlier. But if they don't know that you care, then that's like the first thing for them. They are super emotional. They will listen to whatever you have to say as long as they know that you'll understand them on their level. You have to meet them there, right? And then you got to raise them up. So it's really getting them to understand that what I'm doing for you is for you, right? And before we get to what I need for you to do, let me understand how it is that you can understand what I need to give you. So I tell my classes at the very beginning, I say, listen, raise your hand if me about the content is something that you can understand without anything else, saying what I need you to understand. A few people will raise their hand, right? If I wrote on the board and asked you to copy it down, is that a better way for you to understand? Raise your hand if you can understand like that. A few more people raise their hand. What if I told you what I needed to tell you, but then I found a video that would also reiterate what I just said to you? If you can understand it off the video, the more people raise their hand. So at this time now, I have most of my class raising their hand. And then like my last one is, if I drew something out of what I was saying, could you understand the visual more if I drew it out, or if I allowed you to turn in work where you drew out your answers? would that be able to help you understand? And now I have most of my class understanding, and so now I have to I have to come up with my lessons to where I'm able to incorporate all of that so that most of my students all understand.
You know your audience. You got to know your audience, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to know your audience.
Yeah, knowing the audience, and you're right, Walt. And the thing is, you're a rare breed because a lot of teachers don't.
Yeah.
They won't make that move. They won't do, hit everybody. It's like my way or the highway. And like when I was in math, I took math because we all had to take math, but I could get you the answer. But when they said show your work, I had a hard time. But I knew how to get the answer, and it wasn't like looking at my neighbor's paper. I could get the answer without looking at my neighbor's paper. But when you said show the work, because it just didn't make sense to me the way you wanted me to get there. I had figured it out my own, and I'm like, I got this thing. But when you say show your work, and then I'm, now you're getting C's and D's because you can't put it on paper and show your work. And that was one of my biggest issues in school with that, was like, I can give you the answer. 1 + 1 is 2. Now show me how 1 + 1 is 2. It's just 2. I can tell you 1 is 2. So
yeah. And you know what? I find out that you kids can talk to me all day long. Housewives of Atlanta. You watched it one time and you can come and recite the Miss Clark, and you know the names of the people and all this and other. When it comes to you telling me about natural selection that we talked about in class, you have no idea. You can't even put 2 words together. And now people are starting to think there's something wrong with you. And that's not the case. It's the fact that you're into what you really want to be into. And how can I make this more interesting for you to be into it? That you get conversation now about this sounds similar to the same way that you're telling me about the show is, or whatever rap song you got going on in your head.
Right. So Rapper's Delight came out. I must have been in junior high school, I guess. And of course, just like you said about the show, I had to hear, if you can learn your work like you learn that daggone music, you would know everything, right? But the reality is, you got to make it interesting. And so my questions, I got 2 questions for you. One, first of all, your competition is the internet. So these kids have more information than ever.
Yeah.
So, and I guess in science, maybe, you don't have too many rumors coming around with science, because science will prove itself out eventually, I would imagine.
You'd be surprised.
Be surprised. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how do you deal with that? And then the other thing is, you've been in the game for how many years now? How many years have you been a teacher?
15.
So you're at the point now where you get to see these kids come back and tell you how much of an influence you were in their lives, man. And I know that's a heck of a thing. I know that keeps you going. So run that down to us, please.
So for the internet, now that they've made phones in schools illegal, we are now saying every time you pull out your phone, it's against the law. But even more so, I've built so much rapport with my students that, everything I tell them, it's going to get me in trouble. I'm like, man, if you pull out your phone and the principal come in and see you on the phone, then he gonna look at my classroom like, y'all the kids they get to see on the phone, and then I'm gonna get out of here, and then you're gonna have somebody old and black and terrible come in here and teach. Is that what you want? And they be like, they ain't gonna give you F's for no reason. Like, is that what you want? And they're like, but and so I can rock with them. But the phones were more detrimental than them just finding information, because what I used to do is I used to encourage you using your phone. I would tell you what to use it for. Okay. So I would find a game that we can play. I'll put it up on a big screen and go, hey, everybody pull out your phone. I'm like, pull out your phone. Yeah, pull out your phone. Go to this website. All right. And then when the trivia questions come up, you got to do fast finger and find it. And we'll do maybe 30 minutes of that, and they're really on their phone and they're trying to win and trying to do all of that and this, then the third. Or I tell them, everybody real quick, you got to jump on to Google and Google what's the best way to, I said, what is the favorite food for African lion out in the wild? Like, we all watched Lion King. We already know, the hyenas was going after the same stuff the lions were. Circle of life, but let's find out what really what's their really favorite food. They find it, and now we turn it into something different, and we just use that technology that way. But it was really an issue more so that they were recording a bunch of different stuff and recording themselves and TikToking, and it's just a big distraction. And so it takes away from the learning because they can't think.
So to your point, I'm amazed that the argument for phones and the parents not the school prohibiting phones, parents not bringing parents on board, excuse me, is, well, what if I need to call them? I mean, like, you call the office if there's an emergency. You call the school like they did when you were in middle school, high school, and that's what it is. I mean, like, to me, that's just ridiculous. And then I also think, and this is just me, and I'm a jackleg, and I got grandkids, and my daughter is 43. So it's like during COVID, it seems like they lost a lot. It seems like kids lost a lot at all ages. Like that interaction, that socialization, that part, that just the stuff that you just learn in school that you have to deal with in school, that you just have to deal with, the life lessons. It seems like that's why they're so sensitive now, because now they're 3 years outside of that, and they never had to learn certain. They have never had to deal with certain things. And then they kind of live in silos on their phone. So, nobody did call you big head and fat boy and talk about you and your breath stinks and you're ugly and I don't like your clothes and you wear Maypops and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. So the first thing you came out the mouth was how sensitive they are. So how do you as an individual prepare these kids for life? Because clearly a lot of them not getting it at home. So how do you prepare them for life as they leave the schools, go to the universities, and get into the work world? What do you do?
I'm gonna hit the pause button real quick though, because Walt, you gave him 2 questions the first time.
I did. I'm sorry, man. I gave him about 15 that time.
Because he answered one. Now you can answer the one you want, FishyBizz, but I know he put one out there. We asked you about the kids coming back and telling you how much influence.
Let me go into that.
Thank you, and then Jack. We got one in. We also got one in the chat that I want to ask you. So, Walt, I ain't taking away from your questions.
No. Hey, man, that's why you here. That's why you're here, man. I told you I was a jack.
Man. Keep me on track.
Keep me on. Hey, Fishy, he's keeping me on track. That's my aqua funk right there, man. That's my aqua funk right. Yeah, he's been bullying me since I was a kid, man. Since we were kids, he's been bullying me since I was kids, man. But, and he's
so the kids coming back. You can go to my Facebook page. As a matter of fact, I had to switch my name off of Facebook to Fishy, hoping that they wouldn't find me again, but they find me every time. Always be, anybody ever have Mr. Clark as a teacher? My first teacher was my first school was Wellston High School. So I just came from the casino watching the games and ran into one of my students, and he was from my very first high school that I taught at, and it's unbelievable that he's 36, turned 45.
Wow.
So to see him, to hear that he's married, to hear that he has 2 kids, and now he's sitting in the same place with me, we're watching the game, and he just remembers me. I remember him, and he's doing really well. He was actually one of my better students. His ball, and they always come to me. They always come up to me and say what they're doing. And if you go on Facebook, you'll hear some other horror stories. Mr. Clark, thank you for kicking me out of the classroom. Mr. Clark kicked you out of the classroom too. Yeah, he kicked me out of the classroom. Did he like slam until you never come back? He's like, yeah, but he actually threw me out of the room, physically. And when I first started, I was like, listen, you can't come in here. You have to go to class. I can only talk to you on, passing period, lunchtime, something like that. You got to go to class and do what you need to do, and they just remember that. I really wish I would have stayed in your class and wasn't acting up so much, but you really helped me with this and you really taught me that. And you were right about. And so that's probably the best part of teaching. Like when you hear that. I just had a student who just graduated 3 years ago come back Friday, And when I was looking around, I was telling these freshmen, I was like, hey, man, everybody sit down. I know y'all got a Friday weekend. Hey, calm down. And then I know where she goes. So that's like, holy what? She's in Atlanta. She's doing well. She's telling me about it. I'm here till Sunday, and I just had to come up here. She's like, this is my first. It's like, you ain't even went home to see your peoples yet? She was like, no, I just came up here to the school. I came and saw you. I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good.
To that point, has anyone become a teacher because they just like the way you influence them to become a teacher?
I have a very popular student who is on TikTok.
Okay.
With millions of subscribers. He's getting brand deals left and right. Disney called him. He calls me every other week and be like, man, Mr. Clark, I'm telling you, he said, you need to get on TikTok because everything I'm doing to these kids, you used to do to us. I said, yeah, but you young and can handle it. It's not gonna look good no more. When I said all the stuff I did, you guys didn't have your phones out and stuff like that. I would talk crazy to a lot of y'all, man. Tell you where to go and how to get there, kick your butt out, and all kinds of stuff. And he's actually doing this on TikTok, but he has about it. He keeps the camera on him. But you would hear some of the kids say some stuff, and he loves this back and forth. He called me, matter of fact, and said he went to a different school. He's in Texas right now. Went to a different school, and he's upset that he only has 12 kids in a class. And I'm like, why? I said, that would be my, how many kids I have? I have 27 students.
Yeah.
I'd rather that, man, because my content is going down because these kids not even fun. They're not even doing anything. I said, hey, shut up, man. I don't want to hear it. you done taken a TikTok past the teaching now.
Yeah.
And he's a science teacher. And he credits me for all of that. He credits me for his TikTok fame and the way that he interacts with his students and the way I see him interact. Awesome, and I'm proud of him, and he's doing really well. So, and there's a couple of teachers. I've got a couple of my students. So
it's great, man. That's that's good.
Yeah,
that's all right.
So, Fishy, I'm gonna ask you, and so in the chat, there's a question that says, how much do you think the relationship you have with the students matter? So I know you almost was right there when you just said it then, but how much do you think the relationship with the students matter? And
it's huge. It's huge, and I am so glad that we have like such a visionary in the at the high school I'm at now, and I'm so glad that my old high school is with this. We have a principal who believes in that 100%. 100%. It's so much important that the first week of school, no teachers are allowed to teach content.
Oh wow.
The only thing you're supposed to do that first week of school is get to know your students, and they're supposed to get to know you. You have icebreakers. They have different things. Cultural competency. We've been through those, and how to get to know students. If you're a white teacher and all black students, and vice versa, and things that you guys can have in common and talk about, whether aside from the color or whatever, but just person to person. I'm a human being just like you guys. All right. I have to go. I have kids and I have work and I have to do this. You guys have things you have to do when you get home. And the students, they have to be big brothers and big sisters. Half of them have to be fathers. Half of them have to be the mother when she's working overnight as a nurse or whatever the case may be. So down to that. Let's not make it where I'm the big bad teacher, and then if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna give you an F, and you're gonna fail, and then it's gonna ruin your life, and all of this. Let's just get down to being people to people. And so I champion that because I love sitting in and telling them to tell me about themselves after I tell them about myself, and it makes for a better year if it's done correctly. If you can really get chance to know those kids. They don't know you yet. It's the first time in class or the second time in class, and you are who you are, and you standing on business and they stand on what they stand on, and y'all come up with some rules together as a class and some non-negotiables, and you can hold them accountable. And they really, I've always said that whenever you talk to a student one-on-one, you really get to know that kid.
Absolutely.
It could be the worst kid in the class. Why are you acting like this? This is nuts. Like every time I say something, you're there, away from the public eye, out of everybody, and just, hey man, hey, come holler at me. What's wrong with you? What's going on, man? Those kids will talk to you. Those kids will talk to you, and then you'll get a better understanding of how they feel and this, that, and the third. And now your own modifications on what needs to happen in that class. Maybe they feel more comfortable at your desk. Maybe they feel more comfortable away from, somewhere else. Maybe they rather do their work later at lunch and bring it to you because they just really can't focus. It's too much going on. It's too many kids. I had a fight with this little dude last summer, and he's sitting right here. He beat me down. I can't sit in here with this dude and feel comfortable and watch my back and do work and try to understand stuff. So yeah, you gotta that rapport is huge. It's big. It's really big.
So how do other teachers see your approach? Because again, man, being a male, especially a black male in school, you are a minority, definitely. Am I correct?
You are. You definitely are. Fortunately for the high school that I'm at, we have about 30 black men that are.
Oh wow, that's good stuff.
Are in there. Whether they're teaching gym, we have 2 gym teachers. We have a black principal, male principal. Actually, we have 2 of them. 2 of them. One's associate principal as well. One of them went to the high school as well. So and where my high school is, the community is everything. We are very big. Cool. If you're from U City, you are U City's, blood and bread and pride, and we love it. You know what I'm saying? And so we come back to this high school so that we can bring all of these youngsters from where we grew up and move them forward. But yeah, it's much needed for the right people to be in those positions. And so, but you still kind of get those awkward looks, and I'm sure I've got talked about behind my back a couple of times. That's why I have to tell my students to be on your P's and Q's. Me and you, we can converse in this classroom the way that we know how to converse. I like to run my class a lot differently than a lot of other teachers, right? Another, if you're one of those teachers that has to have absolute power and totalitarianism and dictatorship, I'm not going to be. I'm not your cup of tea, because you come in my classroom, students may be all over the place because I work great in creative chaos. I have ADHD. A lot of my students do. So we really work well together with a lot of loudness and clatter and back and forth, but it's all part of something that we're doing. Right? Gotta keep these kids busy. We have 90-minute classes. They can't sit down for 90 minutes. I sure as hell am not talking for 90 minutes. I'm gonna tell you 15 minutes what you need to do, and this is where it's found, and this is how you do it, and this is where you get together, and you can get a group together, or it could be 2 of you guys, no more than 3, and let's go. Get it going. Go. Make it happen. But it has to be done. It has to be done in 20 minutes. Go.
But the skills that they are learning from just giving them those instructions. I mean, there's a lot more going on in science right there, and they don't even realize what they're actually being taught.
They don't.
And that's cool, man. Because I find that a lot of times when everyone has their own style, right? But when you need, like you said, the authoritative situation, sometimes, man, people are just jealous or threatened by what they are not able to do, so they project their insecurities on you. And because you can do these things, like you say, you haven't lost control of your class because they still know that you are the man. I mean, and like you said, you can pull this out from under them at any time. Not that you use that, but it's kind of understood. What's understood doesn't need to be discussed. That, hey, man, we get this level of freedom, this level of attention, because they play their position, and that's good stuff, man. I salute you for that. That's great.
It. Thank
that's
you.
Great.
And oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to finish off that thought. Since I have freshmen now, this is their first time meeting me. They'll see my juniors and seniors kind of come into my room and say, "What's up to you?" And they keep looking at me like, "Man, why do they like you so much? Man, you kind of mean, ain't you?" I said, "It's all part of the thing. Once you get into it, and once you understand what's going on, it's all right." Because I've had students, I've had teachers say things, and students have come to me and they'd be like, "You know what, Mr. Clark? So-and-so," it was like, "Man, all we do in here is play and this, that, and the other." And I had to let them know that we do a lot of work and we have fun, which is way better than your class because you don't have us do. And I was like, "Whoa, you didn't have to go that far." But I appreciate what you said because, you know, some of my students be like, "Yeah, that's Mr. Clark class. We really don't be doing too much there." And not the thing to say, okay?
Because
it feels like that. It feels like that because we are enjoying it. Like, but they can't say it like that. And what I do is the things that they're saying, and I'm like, if this comes out, I don't know what the heck's going to happen. But I file all of their work after every term, right? So if anybody wants to come in, and what I do is at the end of the school year, I sit them down, and I'm like, "Well, looks like we only got a few more days left of school. I want to show you guys something." I'll pull out this file about this much work that they've done and graded, and it shows it. And they was like, "We did all of that?" Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's funny because they're always shocked. Every year they just was like, I knew we was working, but I didn't know we was doing all of that. It's got your labs, it's got your worksheets, it's got all your write-ups and discussions that we've done, and it's funny because they don't think it.
Don't realize it. Yeah, that's good. When you're learning and don't know you're learning, that's always
that's even better.
A huge plus right there. So there's another question in the chat, and then I want you to we're gonna throw that question out at you, but then I also want you to tell us about your community service and the push that you're doing now. So in the chat it's saying, do you think that ADHD is overdiagnosed now, or at least over medicated? And you mentioned that you have it. So what do you feel on that? Since it's in, if you mind, because I know it's up to you if you want to answer that.
I mean, I could touch on a little bit because since I don't know all the schematics about it, but I work with several teachers that are in the SSD, and I have co-taught classes where I have a area educator in there with me that is specifically for students that are, you know, for whichever may happen. I only bring up ADHD is because my doctor said it when I was little. My mom's coming from the country parts of Shreveport, Louisiana, her idea of solving that case, because she said, "We are not going to put my son on pills, and he's not going to be on this, that, and the other. I can make sure he don't got no ADHD." Was
pray it right out of you
to beat my narrow butt if I got the clown. And if she showed up to that school, she showed up to the school when I was in 5th grade, and she snatched me out of that class. So I'm telling you, also, you want to be out of the class and not listen to the teacher and not send yourself all. And when I got back in that classroom, I was teary-eyed and some more stuff, sat down, and I didn't mess around in the class. And she called me by my nickname, and everybody and it's the family nickname. I hate it, but they've called me that ever since I was born. Short version. So everybody that was in my 5th grade remembers her calling me that. So if someone calls me that's my age now, I'll be like, "You had Miss Gaines in 5th grade, didn't you, man? Golly." So you remember Mama coming in there, don't you?
Yeah. Amen.
But you know what? Getting back on though, I'm not sure. It's weird for me because some teachers are hungry to know what issues dealing with in the classroom with specific students, and they want to read up on it and figure out if he has this and she has this. I don't really look at it because I feel like I can teach and reach all my kids as long as I do it a certain way, and because I don't work on time constraints like that. Like I need to know that my students understand something before I give them a test. You know, if they tell me that, you know, you got Clark, you got to have your test. Kids need to be tested on this day at this time so that we can get it all together and then move on to the next unit. If my kids aren't ready, I'm not testing. I'm sorry.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? What's the point of giving them a test and then they fail and then I got to come up with a retake and get that to them and then no. We're not doing that. They're going to get it done the first time because I'm not coming up with no retake, but they're going to know what it is that they need to know so that they can pass it. Like I don't look for that stuff. So my point for saying that was this: if I see you up and moving around and doing all of this, you got a job to. Hey, you're going to make these copies for me. You're going to retrieve these copies for me. You're going to pass out these pencils. You're going to, hey, tell me. And that's where the fish come in. I'll tell a student to go tell me what the fish are doing real quick and let me know what the blue one's doing. And it might not even be a blue fish in there. They're just looking for the blue fish the whole time, but I've captured their focus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They've stopped doing what they need to do to mess me up. And when they're done, and they're like, you know what, Mr. Carter, wasn't even no blue fish in there. Oh, for real? Well, what fish did you see in there? It's a white one, and then it's one with the, okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you go over there again and look at it, but while everybody, you see what they're doing? They're doing, and then I tell them what they're doing, and now they're doing it to get it done so they can go back to the fish.
Right.
So I don't have any medication for them or anything like that. I just tried to do what it would be for me
to keep you on,
to keep me on time.
Wow,
that's what's up. That's cool. So, FishyBizz, I know I'm gonna bring it up there. Now, you do not have to say it. I'm not even gonna put you on the spot. But one of the people from your community, matter of fact, came in through your channel.
Here it comes.
Said, what's the nickname? And they promised they won't use it. So,
you knew it was coming.
It out there. So, like, what's the nickname? And it wasn't Aqua Funk. I can tell you it wasn't Aqua Funk. So,
look, Geek Boy. No, I'm not. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Geek Boy, it's just the biz to you. It's the biz.
All right. So as long as they know I didn't bypass that comment, we put it out there. So you do you do community service. You reach out. You're trying to help people. So tell me a little bit about your community service and what are you doing?
It's funny because I still haven't thought of it as community service, even though that's exactly what it is. It's weird for me because I never really asked people for help when I see something. Like I just have always been like, I wonder what I could do. And so I try to do a little bit of what I can do. So, excuse me, when I got hired at my old high school, and Thanksgiving was coming up, Christmas was coming up. Right now it's so very PC, maybe even to say Christmas and Thanksgiving. So now I just say winter holiday or the fall holiday or whatever, just so I don't step on any toes. It's just so, but I do turkeys in November. Okay. And you can guess what it's for for those people that want to think. And then I do hams in December. All right. And the only reason that it came to me was no one asked for it. I just remember going to school and remembering kids that did not have a table with a turkey on it, right? And fortunately, my mom and pops were able to provide, right? So when I got to the high school, in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm sure that we have all walks of students coming into this school now. Our attendance has been going up and up. You know, people are seeing that the high school is making a lot of changes, so they're leaving their kids that were at homeschooled and bringing them back, and some of the kids, they stayed kind of like online with the after COVID and stuff, and now we're getting kids from different parts of the country coming into the district, and I'm like, man, so our district is 100% free and reduced lunch, and I really think it's 100% free. We have Title I monies to aid these kids and everything else. So in my head, I'm thinking maybe these kids might not have, something to put on that table. So what could I do with what I got to, even if I get like 6 turkeys or something like that, to just kind of like see what I can do. So I talked to the counselors and asked if there were any specific families that, were in need of food and like that during these times, because some of these kids come to school to eat sometimes.
To eat. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only meal.
And how can you learn if you're hungry?
Hungry, 100%.
A kid comes in my classroom, maybe come in late, whatever the case may be. We may be into a lesson or something like that. And the next thing I know is like, Mr. Clark, you think they still serving food down in the cafeteria? I don't know. Go check. I'm not going to tell you no. Go. Right. If you're hungry, go check. If they don't have nothing down there, I might got some Zuzus and Wham Whams that I was going to eat for lunch. I might be able to give you something like that. You got to get some work done, but you might can do that. To, my co-workers, they might have, something, you're hungry. So you're not thinking about work, and you can't, So I gave out a few turkeys during that time, and it just so happens that my YouTube fish tubers, I let them know what I was doing, and they had opened up a GoFundMe, and they had did a 24-hour stream to gather donations, and the whole thing was just like they got different YouTubers to pop in when they could, and some fish tubers had to go, and that's when another fish tuber popped in. Some fish tubers fell asleep, and then pop in, and we had games, and they had a wheel for the donators, and they're thinking about doing the same thing again this year, which we had a really good turnout. We got some great donations. I was able to get a lot of turkeys, a lot of hams. I even had money to get macaroni, boxed macaroni as well with the turkeys. And one of the teachers at the school, just so happened, he's the environmentalist. They had made these huge sweet potatoes, and he wanted to give them out when we gave the turkeys. And so now they got sweet potatoes, turkeys, and macaroni dinners, and it was great last year. And now this year, I'm thinking that maybe I should have started a little bit sooner, because I was that with the, everything that's going on government wise, and X, Y, and Z, it might be a little bit more of a push that people might need a little bit more than. So I'm really kind of pushing donating to the GoFundMe that is up, or my Cash App, or Venmo, or PayPal. And I am trying to pool these monies together. And if you come on my YouTube channel, I forgot what date it was, but I think Aquafunk and Mexicali, who are in the chat, they're setting that up. And they're still going to do another stream. We're still going to put donators on the wheel. We're going to give out gifts and gift cards and stuff like that, like the whole 9. I think they're actually going to do it during the day when I'm actually able to pop in from work and from my classroom and just say hey to everybody. I have a lot of teachers who have tanks in their classrooms that I set up for students. November 4th on Mexicali's channel is what Aquafunk is on.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
So we're gonna make it a thing. I have several teachers that I've set up tanks for, and they've been taking care of them beautifully. It started off as students setting up tanks in teachers' classroom. Once I talked to them, gave them a lesson on how to take care of a tank, how to take care of a fish, overfeed it, how to make sure that and once they do that, I have a tank in the classroom. And they take care of that fish in that tank in the classroom, and then at the end of the year, they take that whole setup home. Yeah. And so I have several students who are now fish keepers.
Okay.
Now, for those in the chat, and I know the question came up, what's the link? So Boss B is dropping the links now. So if you look at it, we can see all the different links to GoFundMe is out there. The Cash App link, Venmo is out there. I've seen PayPal link is there. So you have multiple opportunities and ways to help FishyBizz raise money to, continue to do what he's doing, which is a great cause to help feed, needy people, needy students. Because you're right, 100%. A lot of people lunch and breakfast at school is probably the only meal a lot of people are getting. It's really hard in the summer. It's really hard when it snows. All those different things, because if school's canceled, it really puts a monkey wrench in the program, because it's like, I'm not going to eat today. And it's a sad time for anybody to go through that, but especially for kids to go through it, because like you say, that is brain power. You want to come in and be focused, but at the same time, it is hard to focus when my stomach is growling.
Absolutely.
My head is hurting because I didn't get anything to eat, and that's, and we already know the school lunch is not that much, for, especially talking to a high school student.
You have half of the students like, I'm not eating that lunch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my mom to bring me some KFC. But what about those that can't?
They're ones that
they're eating that lunch, and they'll eat your lunch
too. That's right.
Don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away, because And I remember being on reduced lunch. I remember, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's based off of what you have, and it's a way to get your meals in and all that. But I do remember those days. But at the same time, I didn't turn down the lunch, but I was a full athlete in high school, and that little rectangle pizza and a don't even know, a pint of milk. It wasn't even half pint of milk.
Half pint. Yeah.
And now I talk to my kid now, he's in high school, and he like, they gave y'all, I said a pizza and cake. He like, they gave y'all cake? I'm like, oh, they don't give y'all cake no more? No, wow. They cut it back. It's like just a pizza. It's nothing else to go in the milk. Yeah, and that's like, wow, that's oh wow. Yeah. So
and I also want to add also, if you go to the PayPal, there's a video on there instead of a picture. So click the video. Last year's it's not a giveaway. It's a what is it? Is it where I'm giving out the turkeys? What I do is so I like to make sure that people know exactly who I am and where my heart is from and where it's coming from. Like, so I record everything and I put it on my channel. So if you go to my channel and you search up turkeys on tables, I came up with that, and hams in homes for the holidays, you'll see the videos of me going into Aldi and going into Save-A-Lot and talking to the manager of the meat section and asking them, how many turkeys do you think I can get? My as many students as I can, and they'll let me know when the new shipment comes in and how much money do you think I'm going to spend. Well, I'm taking donations, and right now I'm currently at $400. How many turkeys can I get for that? Or I'm gonna have to split this in half, because I do half turkeys and I'll do half hams next month. Is there any kind of discount that you can give me? Aldi was like, you can only get 2 turkeys per person. So you see me walking in with like a hoodie and a hat. And I go to my car, and you see me taking the hat and the hoodie off and some glasses. And now I came to get these 2 keys. And they're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm a teacher at the high school, and I want to do this. And I was like, you know what? We can maybe make an exception, because we don't want the whole, but it's all on camera. So and then you'll see a lot of my students, they want to help me out. So they want to help pass out the turkeys into the cars of the parents that pass by. And I think I even gave one to a student that had to get on the bus, and they were like, Mr. Clark, I got to get on the bus, but I want a turkey. I want a turkey. I was like, hey, here, take this turkey home. I don't know how you're going to hide it and get it on the bus, but you got here, take it, put it in your backpack, whatever you need to do, get it home, so.
That's what's up. No, really, that's right. So if Purdue is listening in on this show, and Honey Bake and all those other companies who produce turkeys and hams and all, FishyBizz needs your help so that we can help feed some people out there that might need it. And like I say, we all, especially with what's going on now around, a lot of people programs have been cut off and things like that, where it's going to be really, really tight this holiday. And whatever we can do, those who can, please do. And if you're not able to, don't hurt yourself trying to, because there'll be enough people that's going to participate, and that's going to make sure that we cross the goal that FishyBizz has set for himself. So that's what's up, and I appreciate that. So, Ryan, it's been a powerful show. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I appreciate you being on here. And I'm going to give it to you. Is there anything else that you want to put out there? Is there something that we didn't cross, a T we missed, and an I we forgot the dot? Is there anything else that you want to share before we close out this show?
Oh, man. You know what? You guys are pretty. I just need to let the people know that, hey, if you guys come out here on Big Jack's show, be prepared to, they got a whole questionnaires on Google form. They let you know that there's not going to be any doubt. They want to know, and the questions are it's perfect. I like it. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
It's really, really awesome what you guys got going on here, man. And to see you two brothers kind of like in tandem doing this, and you guys got several different shows on your platform. It's dope. It really is. And I'm glad to be a part of this right now.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, you didn't have to give us a shout out, but I'm definitely happy you did.
Appreciate it.
100%. I just want to say, everyone who came in today, thank you for sharing this time with us. Thank you for helping us sit with FishyBizz Aquatics. He has been a wonderful guest, not only on the Iron Sharpening Iron show, but he was on the Battle of the Sexes. And that was a good time as well. Was it? Yeah, it was a Battle of the Sexes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Battle of the
Sexes. Thank you again, FishyBizz.
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not sure if you guys have seen my interview segments on my channel, but I have my own special way that I interview people. So I am going to ask, once I get back onto my platform and doing my interviews, that you both come up either together or separately and come get interviewed by the Biz.
Say less. It's done.
That's what it's all about. That's the Iron Sharpening Iron right there.
You had a real question, man. I thought you had a real request.
Oh no, it gets a little different. It's fun though. So I can't wait to get you guys on there.
That'll work.
You guys will be my first ones when I come back in. I'm thinking about maybe being, once we jump into 2026, it'll be I think either my 7th year on YouTube, and I want to kick it off back with my interviews and my rapid fire questions. So
I feel honored right now. So
I do too. I definitely do. Yeah.
Well, as long as Aquafunk is not part of it, we good.
Oh man,
Aquafunk's always gonna be a jerk in the chat like he is right now.
Man, I think I'm not getting the full experience if Aquafunk's not in the chat talking trash, man.
100%.
Aquafunk is cheated, man. I feel like I'm being cheated.
Yeah, Aquafunk is a true member of this group. He's part of this team, so 100%. So and Mexicali also.
Mexicali, yes, sir. My man.
They've always,
both of them are
always there. Yeah, 100%. So I'm loving the fish. I'm loving the fish community.
Yeah.
For all of y'all who are not members of the Big Jack Storytime and the Iron Sharpening Iron universe or network, we're still playing with that name. But if you're not, come on over here, hit those subscribe buttons to be part of this family, because I'm definitely enjoying everyone I've had from the fishing community or fishy community or aquarium community, I believe. So
or the aquatics community.
Make sure that make sure that they all follow Mexicali Fish Keeper.
Yes,
November 4th he'll host that that live stream for the donations and the games and we're gonna make a big deal out of it, and it's gonna be great. And it's all for my kids here in St. Louis. I've never had a community. Well, it's weird because Aqua pushed this. He had told me, he was like, man, we should like make this a thing and see what the tubers want to do and woo. And I was like, I don't want to. People might not have it. I don't feel like asking nobody. I'm just trying to do a little something for my people. Yeah. And he was like, no, like you should do it. You good and you're this and that. And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know how much to ask. I was gonna ask for like $300. I don't know. Maybe I can get like 20-something turkeys, and turkeys go up every year. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna be astronomical this year. But and he was never know. I'm like, oh Aquafunk, get off. So I'm just not that guy. I don't like to ask, you know what I'm saying? And so I give to them for kind of coming up with this and doing the live stream and all of that stuff. And when I look back at the people coming up and us getting the turkeys, and I see my students giving turkeys to people that need them and want them, and it's just it feels really good. It feels really good. It takes all the stuff that I've been through, and it kind of minuscules it. It makes me feel really good about that, helping other people.
And that's what's up. So definitely appreciate that and appreciate your community. I know Aquafunk put it up there. That is FishyBizz. So for all the FishyBizz community and all of you out there. So, but I want to say, I'll say good night to you all and thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. FishyBizz has been a true pleasure having you on the show. I'm gonna ask you to hang back just a little bit after we close out.
Absolutely.
So we can talk to you behind the scenes. But everyone out there, continue to tune in and listen in for all the different shows that's popping off. It's getting ready to get busy here in the Iron Sharpening Iron universe / network. We're still working on that, but it's a lot of stuff getting ready to pop off because we get ready to do the Ladies Diary is getting ready to come up. We got some other new spinoffs that's getting ready to happen with the Coach's Corner. And then the Voices of Resilience, all of those are new spinoffs is getting ready to happen. So tune in and you'll be seeing it come through the Big Jack Storytimes channel, but also you might see it on Boss B's channel. And then you got Mama Lions. She also going to be hosting some shows. So you're in for a treat, and it's coming.
I might need me a spinoff on the joint.
Look. We'll talk to you behind the scenes. We'll talk to you behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. Let me jump in there.
But until next time, we're going to ask you all to, have a good week, and definitely remember those who are in need all over the world, and definitely in your neighborhoods. Don't drive 50 miles to get to somebody to help them and then pass 50,000 people on the way. So we're going to ask you to do all those things. Remember, we all are, stronger together. And if each one will reach one, we can all grow and glow. But until then, stay sharp and we'll talk to you later. Peace.
All right. Night.